am sitting alone in my room. The light is dim. The clock is ticking. It sounds louder than my heartbeat. The walls feel like they are closing in. Everything is quiet. Too quiet. My name is Mira. Today, my world is broken. This morning felt normal. I woke up at 6:30 a.m. Like always, my husband, Arjun, was still sleeping. His face looked calm. He did not know what was going to happen today. I walked softly to the kitchen. I made tea. I cooked breakfast. Our little daughter, Ashi, was still sleeping. She was hugging her teddy bear. She looked so sweet. I stood at the door and watched her. She was my world. Just then, Arjun left for the market to buy some items. If someone had told me that this was my last happy moment, I would not have believed them. At 7:15 a.m., my phone rang. It was a number I did not know. "Hello," I said. I was holding the phone between my ear and shoulder while pouring Arjun's coffee. A man spoke. His voice was cold. "Mrs. Mira Sharma." "Yes," I said. "There has been an accident. Your husband, Arjun Sharma, is hurt. You need to come to City Hospital now." I stopped breathing. My hands felt weak. The coffee cup fell from my hands and broke into small pieces. No, this is a mistake," I whispered. My heart was beating very fast. My eyes filled with tears. "Ma'am, please come soon," the man said. Then the call ended. I stood still. The smell of coffee filled the air. I felt dizzy. Ashi turned in her bed. I looked at her. I had to go. I do not remember how I reached the hospital. The road was a blur. I held Ashi close to me. I kept praying, "Please, God, keep Arjun safe. I will never take life for granted again." But when I entered the hospital, my world broke into pieces. Arjun had left home early to buy something from the market. A speeding truck had hit his bike. He had been rushed to the hospital, but I saw Arjun before they could stop me. He was lying on a bed. A white sheet covered him. His face was still. His eyes were closed. No, this is not real," I whispered. My legs became weak. I fell to the floor. "Mrs. Sharma," the doctor spoke softly, but his words felt like sharp knives. "No, wake him up," I screamed. I held his arm. I shook him. I begged him to open his eyes, but he was gone forever. Ashi pulled my sari. "Mama, why is Papa sleeping?" I could not answer her. How do you tell a little girl that her father will never wake up again? The next few days felt like a dream, a sad, painful dream. People came to our house. They said kind words, but nothing mattered. The house was empty. The bed was too big. The dining chair where Arjun sat was empty. At night, I waited to hear his footsteps. I waited to hear his voice. But there was only silence. Ashi kept asking, "Mama,
when will Papa come home?"
I did not know what to say, so I stopped speaking. Silence became my life. One day, I was looking through Arjun's things. I found a letter in his drawer. It had my name on it. My hands were shaking. I opened it. Tears filled my eyes. I touched his handwriting. It felt like he was here with me. That night, Ashi lay beside me. She hugged me. I kissed her forehead. "Papa loves you, Beta," I whispered. For the first time, I cried loudly. I cried for Arjun. I cried for myself. And I cried for the silence that had taken over my heart.